Hey, and we back, man, we back. Did you miss us? Did you miss us? Man, we missed you guys. We missed you guys. Uh, so much has went on in transportation industry since we been on a little hiatus, on a little vacation. What's up, Charles? What's good, baby? What's good, Charles? Man, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to be in the house. Hey, man. I would love to get you in this little old, give you a little old invite to come on in. What you say? Think about it, Charles. You ready to get on camera? Huh? You ready to get on camera, bro? Just talk a little, talk a little transportation and freight trapping with me tonight, baby. Uh, got a few things on hand tonight. Got a few things on hand tonight. As always, we talk about life, love, and everything in between. Also on. Charles say not yet. Hey, you ain't gotta be on camera. We can, you can call in, baby. You can call in. You ain't got to show your face, man. And another thing is, you really ain't got to say nothing if you don't want to. I just enjoy the company, bro. You are, man. You on here every time we show up, bro, and I appreciate you. And I'm gonna still be on here, whether it's just you and me, and that's all good, baby. It's all good. I like your feedback. I like your feedback. Any questions you got for me about anything that we talk about, or that I say, even if it's a correction, because I'm not right about everything. You know what I mean? I'm not right about everything. I learn every day. I'm a trucker. I learn every day, from life things and from things just here in this world, bro. And we gonna talk about some of that tonight. Main thing one topic I want to talk about is that's been kind of in the news. That while I was on hiatus, and I talked to a couple of my partners that work over at at the company, and I got a little bit of insight on that because I like to talk to drivers, man. Even when I was trying to go in, when I was looking for jobs, trucking jobs, and going here and there, I talk to drivers, man. A recruiter is supposed to sell you. And I don't want to be sold. I want to be told. I want to be told the truth about a company. And so I talk to drivers when anything go down. Even for the company I work for now, I talk to drivers. We have what you call driver liaisons, and I talk to them, man, and you know get the skinny on what it really is. And so I just, that's just who I am because I'm a driver first. I'm a driver first. I train drivers, and that's just what it got. That's just what it is, man. Um, in my spare time, when I'm not doing anything else, um, I just in the last week began to tap into other drivers that have YouTube pages, YouTube content. Uh, I tapped into and talked to this gentleman named the Asian Macho. Looked at his content because I don't. Because for one thing, is sometimes when you begin to watch a lot of the area or the arena that you in, when you begin to watch a lot of that, what begins to happen is, especially when you're very opinionated, I have a strong opinion about trucking, and when you have a passion for trucking, when people say something that you don't agree with, doesn't mean that they're wrong. Doesn't mean that they're wrong, because it's more than one way to skin a cat, right? So at the end of the day, I just kind of, I just kind of veered away from that. And with me being new to YouTube, and we being new to YouTube, and the podcast is fairly new. Um, the strikes, and you getting a strike against you because you say something wrong or use somebody content that you didn't have permission to, and all that kind of stuff. I just kind of stayed away from watching other transportation YouTubes. I watch Truck and Hustle all the time because we good. Um, love his content, love the interviews. Don't really disagree with anything, because well, what you're getting is you're getting a blueprint from successful truck drivers, and well, I ain't gonna say truck drivers, but successful businessmen in the transportation industry who's been successful, and that's what it is on his channel. And I love his content, and I can watch him because there's nothing you can dispute about how somebody became successful in this transportation industry. And because it's different ways to hit it. It's different ways to hit it. It's just how do you decide to go about hitting it, getting into your lane, and finding out where you fit, and finding out, you know what I'm saying, how things go. So at the end of the day, that's just what it is. Charles the Queen says, "Hey, what's up, baby? I see you on here." So at the end of the day, man, that's just what it is. I kind of stay away from, uh, uh, yeah, that's my baby right there. Uh, I gotta put that up. I kind of stay away from the other transportation podcasts. I stayed away from them, but I'm beginning to, look at them and kind of, see where their head is, and just kind of, link up with them. I'm trying to link up with them because, you know what I'm saying, iron sharpens iron, right? And what I don't know, they may know, and what I know, they may not know. And if we don't know something or we disagree, we can go find out about it and be like, "Hey, man, you right. You was right. You was right. I was wrong." So at the end of the day, that's just how it is. And so for me, I watch a lot of other content, because when you're sitting here teaching and you're talking about trucking, and you're talking about topics in trucking, and you're talking about, you know, taking care of your brakes, taking care of your tractor, taking care of your driver, taking care of this or that, talking about safety and compliance, trying to help you stay on top of FM CSA on what they got going on, and hitting some of the things that they have going on. It begins to become a little redundant. You know what I mean? It becomes a little stale. So you have to know. I do. I have to know how to, add a little comic relief. Give a little entertainment. And so the only way for me to do that is to continuously do this, and to also check out other podcasts that are not, you know, of the transportation ring. And one of the people I watch is Star, uh, the hater, the biggest hater. I watch him. I watch Kwame Brown. I watch Ricky Smiley's podcast. I watch. Man, I watch 85 South podcast. I watch $1 million worth of game because this is millionaire freight trapping. So why wouldn't I watch $1 million worth of game? Even though some of the things they do I don't agree with. But guess what? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I can learn from what they do. I can learn from what everybody do on on this YouTube airwaves and on these channels. And so some of the topics they talk about, I don't talk about them. I will, but that's not what the podcast is based on. So I'm getting a little, off topic or a little way, but this what it is. We talk about life. We talk about everything. And so I watch them, and I just want to shout them out because from watching them, I decided, bro, I need to tap into this transportation thing, and I'm gonna give you what I know. We're gonna talk about some topics. We're gonna talk about things going on in transportation. From what I see, not from what I get from other people's pages, but from what I see through the news, through talking with drivers, through and it's finna expand. It's about to expand, and it's gonna be great. I'm getting a handle on all of the StreamYard stuff. I'm getting a handle on how to share screens, how to share videos, how to do everything. I done got a handle on GIMP. I know how to do all my stuff. I know, bro. Hey, we finna be good, and we investing in us, right? You invest in yourself at what you want, what you love to do. I invested in myself in trucking, and I'm going to invest in myself in this. I'm going to put my best foot forward. So we have a couple of topics tonight. Oh, first of all, yeah, y'all see it. 18 Gear Consulting. We're in the building. 18 Gear Consulting. We are in the building. Yes, we are. And so that's that's our parent company to RTLA, Roberts Transportation and Logistics Academy. We work underneath that banner. Uh, it is a trucking consulting company where we help you out with safety, compliance. We help you get up and running. We help you keep your laws. We help you train your drivers because we have trainers that can train you from everywhere from hauling a container all the way up to pumping off a tanker. So, and that goes all the way to N2, O2, argon, and helium. So, this is what we do with 18 Gear Trucking. We're contracted and leased on, or not leased on, but we're contracted through RTLA as well. We're their we are their CDL trainers. We help with CLPs. We help with CDLs. We help with in-truck training. And so, yes, it was birthed from RTLA. And so there we have it, 18 Gear Consulting for all your trucking needs. Get at us. Get at us. You can go to rtla.com. If you have any more questions to schedule a consult, you can go right to their website and schedule it in. And the next thing I want to say, man, shout out to, you see this here? My wife bought me this shirt. I love it. We've partnered, and we're going to partner with. I'm gonna get their banner up next week, and I'm gonna have something to show you guys for them. I'm gonna do a screen share with them next week. Um, Creative Coco is the name of the T-shirt company, man. And these T-shirts, I like them. I like them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a Scorpio. My birthday's coming up. I decided to wear it because, hey, why not? Hey, Scorpios, baby. Hey, why not? So, shout out to them. Thanks to my wifey for buying me the shirt. Uh, yeah. And we're going to talk about something. First, question topic of the night: are freight rates falling? Um, got that from somebody asked me this week, man, are the freight rates plummeting? I said, I don't think so. Because in my lane, I can only speak for my lane. I don't know about any other lane. Uh, Sometimes oil and gas, they don't pump as much, and they rates and the loads for that begins. You know, it's not as plentiful as it once was. So I can only speak on the freight that I haul, the freight that I run, the things that I do when it comes down to answering that question. But that's why I asked that question, because if you run a different lane than that I don't run, then you can answer that question for me. In your lane, are the freight rates falling? Now, just we gonna touch on that, and we gonna circle back around to that and discuss it. We're gonna discuss it a little bit. Then we're gonna discuss this. Night Swift enters LTL world with purchase of Alabama's, not all of them, Alabama's AAA Cooper. Now that was some big news uh, while we were off. That one of my trainers, they shot me a video, asked me questions, and so the first thing I did, I got on the horn and started calling the people that I know that work, for AAA Cooper, and asked them their thoughts about it. Because you got to understand something. Uh, we're in an area right now where, man, trucking is, we're short of drivers. Put it like this here, we're short of experienced drivers. Because you got to understand something that, and this is what I understand also too, and some of the owner operators can kind of bag me up, give me a thumbs up, tell me yay, nay, or whatever. I realized something that, man, it takes, and I say this all the time. I will continuously say this. It takes a high level of security to allow somebody to get into your vehicle that has your name on it, that you're responsible for, that uh, could possibly, you know what I'm saying, injure someone. What's up, Fabo? What's up, baby? I see you. Hey, man, good evening, bro. Good evening, bro. Let me know. Hey, let me know later on if you wanna get in, bro. I can shoot you the link, man. You can get on here and talk some of this stuff with me, man. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, bro. Uh, yeah. Y'all hold up for me. I gotta say what's up to my boy. Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, bro. Let me know, man. I seen you. I put that link in the chat, bro. You can get up in here. You can tell me how you feel about it, baby. So what we talking about is, yeah, we talking about this. It's just, it takes a certain amount to have security and have a peace of mind when you hire a driver, put them in a truck that you own, you have your name on it. You're saying that you're responsible for it. You're saying that you're going to put responsible people in the truck, and to allow them to run 18, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, to allow them to have control of your property and not knowing, you know what I'm saying, if if they can do the job. But that's where you have to have a certain amount of trust in other people. And so at the end of the day, that's why it's so important for you to have a spirit of discernment when it comes to people. When it comes, that's why I don't believe that you can be a boss. I don't believe you can be a boss and not understand people, because then you'll never be able to understand and read people if you don't understand them. And so for me, that's what I mean. It takes a lot to say I trust you. I trust that you're gonna do the right thing. I trust that you're gonna go from A to Z. I trust that you're gonna do you're not gonna abuse the fuel card. I trust that you're gonna let me know when the truck is running bad so I can fix it right then and there, not when it breaks down. So at the end of the, I mean, it just takes a certain amount of trust. And so I tip my hat off to those bosses that can do that. And one of them is a friend of mine named Steve Calhoun. Man, he's employing and he's giving people guys opportunities, uh, drivers, owner operators, and all of that. He's giving them opportunities to to pretty much come in, be their own boss, or either work for him. He's giving out opportunities. And it takes a certain level of discernment to do that. But he also has help from people like 18 Gear Consulting. We help vet drivers also. And so at the end of the day, you know, my hats off go to you, to the owner operators, man. My hat goes off to the bosses. My hat goes off to those guys who have 10, 15, 8, 2, 1 truck. Because if you're not driving that truck, you're putting faith in somebody else to handle your property. And I tip my hat off to you. Kudos. And if you one of those people, hey man, subscribe. Hit that like button. Let me know who you are, man. Let's link up. Cause this is what the podcast is for. It's for the coaches, it's for the drivers. I love my wife. She trained dispatchers and she got a brokerage firm and she's connected me to the other side of transportation. Right? She's educated me to the other side of transportation because I was a get in it, go get it head. I was in it. Hey man, give me a load where you need it. Boom, I'm gone. Okay, just make sure you got me something coming back. So that's what my head was. But she opened my mind when we opened the academy. She opened my mind and gave me an understanding of what dispatchers and brokers go through, and back office workers, and people who deal with the paperwork and the accounts and deal with the fuel cards and all of that kind of stuff. But I also gave her an insight of what the driver goes through when he's 3,000 miles away from home. So all the gears work together. If a teeth on the gear breaks, that means they're just going to have a skip. So all the gears and all the teeth on the gear has to be intact because they make each other turn. They make each other turn. So we need each other. We need each other. So that's one thing we're going to talk about is freight rates dropping or falling. We're going to talk about Knight Swift bought AAA, Alabama's AAA Cooper. So that's just one sector. They didn't buy all of them. They just bought Alabama's AAA Cooper. Then I also want to get into a little life lesson as we do here on the Freight Trapping Podcast. This couldn't be possible without having a spirit for God, right? This couldn't be possible. My career in trucking couldn't be possible without having my steps being ordered by God. So we're gonna talk about this, and I didn't bring the video up. I know Pastor Mary, not personally, but my pastor is good friends with Pastor Mary. Um, he did a video that was, in my eyes, the opposite of what the babies did video did. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just what I'm talking about. So early in last week, the baby did a video that he approached two young men. They had candy. Now I got a strong opinion about this. They were selling candy. You get guys, these young guys, they buy boxes of candy and they go out and they're a candy store on foot, right? And so uh, they were actually the baby, not little baby, the baby. Hey man, you want to buy some candy? He said, how much is it? And the guy says, I sell them for $2. He said, okay, how much for the box? And he told him 200. So the baby told him how many you got in there. So they started, both of the little boys started counting the candy, how many they had left. And of course, I think they had some, regardless of what they had, for me, the baby said, how much are you selling the candies for, right? And they said $2, right? They said $2. So the baby said, how many you got left? And they started counting, I think they said one little boy had 68 left, and the other boy had something else. So the baby said, well, why you say 200 and you only got 68 left? You say 68 times 2 ain't 200. Well, the little boy said, well, I get donations. See, I get donations. And he right. He get donations. Most people see somebody selling water, selling Gatorade, selling anything. They may not necessarily want the product, but because they see them out there hustling, they'll be like, here, man, here go $5. What you want? Oh, no, man, keep that. You good. Right? That's a donation. If you say, okay, candy $2, and I got a 10, I might say, give me 4 and keep the rest. And I give you a $20 bill. That's a donation. So the little guy they wasn't lying. That's just the way it go on the street. So, but the baby kind of was like, ah man, y'all, you doing it wrong, man. You upcharging me. You upcharging me. Okay. Maybe they did because they seen it was the baby. It's just like when people come to your neighborhood. If they selling a $1,500 vacuum cleaner, they not gonna go across the tracks to where the ghettos are with a $1,500 vacuum cleaner. They gonna stay uptown. They gonna stay north, or they gonna stay south, or wherever your, you know what I'm saying, your upscale neighborhood is, because they know that nobody in the hood going to pay $1,500 for a vacuum cleaner. I could do something else with that. But my point is this: if I see you roll up in a Bentley, Ferrari, Jag, Benz, and you ask to buy a box of candy, regardless of how many left in there, I'm gonna give you an estimated price, and that's what the kids gave him, was an estimated price. So if they got $5, they were selling it for $2, but if they got $3 to $4 on top of the two because of donations, cause most people give them 5, say keep the change, just give me the 1. If you look at it like that, the box of candy was worth 200. But if you looking at it as I'm gonna give you $2 for each candy, no, the box wasn't worth 200. But they wasn't wrong. They wasn't wrong, and I hate to say it, but then this what happened, and the reason why people have a problem with what the baby did was because the baby could have afforded to pay $1,000 for the box of candy if he wanted to. He could have gave him $500 if he wanted to. The life lesson is this: is that when God blesses you to be so successful, why not pour into people who are not as successful as you are? I'm successful to a point. My wife is successful to a point. We're not millionaires by a long shot. Well, I ain't going to say a long shot. We almost there. But at the end of the day, you still pour into people, even if you haven't made it to where you want to be, because the law of reciprocity will always be in your favor. Always be in your favor. Yes, sir, Leo. What's up, Leo? Say, man, what's up? Been a minute, huh? Yes, sir, Leo, you right. Gotta bless folks to get your blessing. And so that's the same way in trucking. That's why I decided to do a podcast. That's why my wife decided, hey, man, let's start this academy. Because she said you got a lot to give. You got a lot to give. Because I'm always telling her, hey, we got to give away in order for God to give back. Right? To pour back into us. And at the end of the day, man, I can't up and just leave and say, I'm going to jump into this and forget my 9 to 5. No. But what I could do is teach these youngsters or teach somebody new coming into trucking what I know. What I know. It's a business. But at the end of the day, every now and then, when you get that person that has been misplaced, disenfranchised, abused, that woman that's coming out of an abusive relationship, trying to start over, that woman that's coming out of a bad situation, that man that just got out of prison from incarceration, that man that has been homeless. Sometimes you run into people that got more passion for what you're teaching and what you're trying to give away than the ones who are paying to get what you got. Right? See, that's wrong, Leo. See, that's wrong. And I know what you're talking about, bro. I know what you're talking about. It happened to me too. Old school truckers, they look at you and they'll see you struggling because you sitting there and you looking at this oversized load and it's your first time in an oversized load and you trying to figure out, okay, this is where geometry come in at, right? If you didn't take geometry, when you thought geometry wouldn't work, geometry works in oversized loads. So you sitting there trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, where do I strap this binder? Where do I strap this chain to my trailer and to the piece that I'm hauling to make sure that piece don't fall off? Because most of the times on an oversized load, you can't strap it over the top. You got to strap it from the base, right? And sometimes you have these old school cats that'll look at you, look at these youngsters, and not say nothing, not give them no type of advice. Sometimes you'll run across one that'll say, but then also, you got some youngsters that got attitudes like they know it all, right? Let's be truthful. Let's be truthful. You get it on both sides of the fence. But me and Leo, bro, we was on that side of the fence where nobody wanted to help us. I was in that situation. I was hauling some PVC pipe, right? And if you know anything about PVC pipe, and it was all different sizes, it's flexible. It you cannot you cannot get a good grip on it. Hey, what's up, baby? Salute, Ice Cold G. Salute, baby. It's all you, man. Let's link up. Hey, man, I'm gonna put a link in the box, man. If y'all wanna, chime in and link up and talk about some of this stuff, bro, we can go there, man. We can go there. So, you know what? Yeah, I tell everybody that getting in trucking and trailer is the easy part. Yeah, getting the truck and trailer is the easy part. Getting it is the easy part. The hardest part is if you're owner operator is finding a capable driver. That's why that's why trucking is hurting it because everything in trucking goes in on experience. I posted about I guess about 6 weeks ago on TikTok. I seen an old man walking, and I was like, man, he need to be. I'm talking about he was bent over, but guess why he got a job? He got 35 years of no accidents on the road in a truck. His license is better than a PhD. That's why. You can truck until you, as long as you pass the DOT physical and you able to do it, you can truck until you 85. It's the only profession that they will not push you at. Why? Because if they push you out, you got a way out, meaning you can go get your own truck and work for yourself. And work for yourself. Yes, sir. And work for yourself. Y'all hold on for a minute. I gotta say what's up to my peoples. And all y'all in the chat, man. Uh uh go like, go subscribe, tell your partners. I want to link up with you guys. Let me know, man. I'ma do this here right now. I'ma do this I'ma do this right now. I just copy link to clipboard. Yep. So let me see if I can put this in there. There it is. So anytime you guys wanna jump in, anytime you guys wanna get in on the convo, Ice Cold G, Leo Luna, Charles, when you're ready, hey man, there go the link right there. Come on in, let's talk about it. But nobody wanted to help. And see, That's the problem I had with what the baby did was he didn't want to help. Instead, you want to criticize. You want to get mad because that young man gave you his truth, but you was trying to put your truth on him, right? You trying to put your truth on him. Man, how many times? And why would you film it? You thought you were doing something cool? You thought you were doing something right? Why would you film it? Bruh, life lessons, the best life lessons are taught in private. Those young cats, those young cats gonna. Star said it best. Star said it best. Star said, man, he encountered a superstar. And the superstar extended him grace. In so many words. The superstar extended him grace. Do you know how much you get back when you extend grace to people? Do you know how much you get back when you pour into somebody you don't even know? That's why my wife's so successful now. She pour into people that she don't even know. And I think more people have gotten over or tried to get over on her than has been a blessing to her. But it's coming. But it's coming. For all of you guys who've poured into people and you haven't seen it come back yet, don't worry about it. Keep planting those seeds. Keep planting those seeds. They gonna come to fruition real soon. You gotta be patient. I had to be patient. You got to be patient. But my thing about it is, the baby can do anything he want with his money. Guess what he did to those kids? He gave those guys $2 a piece. After all of that, after asking them all of that, do you know how humiliating it is for you to see somebody who look like you, who talk like you? Those guys probably had the baby in their playlist. Bro, do you know how humiliating that is for a mega star like that to insult you and say, I'm going to give y'all $2? That's insulting, man. All I can say is the law of reciprocity. I'm about to say something. The law of reciprocity, bro, is real. And I think those young men would have been more help to him than harm, even though they told him it was 200. Now, switching over to what Pastor Murray did. Pastor Murray was talking to some young men, and he fed them, right? He fed them. Even after they said what they said. Oh, I'll shoot you. I'll take my gun out and shoot you. You know what I'm saying? They told that to Pastor Mary. When Pastor Mary stopped and still poured into them and still told them what was going on, even though they in the street. Those kids probably don't even watch no news. Those kids, the news that they hear come from their partners talking on the street. If one of their partners hear about something, they'll bring it to the street. They'll bring it to the corner. Pastor Mary stopped and explained to them what was going on in the world, what was going on with them, their kind, our kind, the little black boys and men and women and everybody that was being taken down in the streets. He stopped and explained that to them. It was 5 of them, I think, 4 or 5 of them. Now, out of that 4 or 5, 2 of them might get it. 3 of them won't. But it don't matter. You still feed the whole, and you worry about who survives after you feed the whole. Right? You worry. Two totally different situations, but with the same principle. He poured a word into him. He poured knowledge into him, and then he fed him with some money. Don't know how much it was. Don't really matter how much it was. He gave him something. All the baby did was take, and didn't even give them boys nothing back. His influence was bigger than the $200 he was going to give him. The word he could have poured into them was more than the $200 that they asked him for. Later on, they would have realized that. But at that moment, the baby missed it. That's all I can say. The baby missed it. And how does this apply to trucking? You may ask. Well, this is how it applies to trucking. As a seasoned trucker, if you see a driver, whether you think he's seasoned or not, whether you think he's black, white, Asian, Mexican, not Mexican, Latin, no matter who he is, because in the culture of trucking, all the laws depends on what goes on the highway. So if you roll by a truck and it got a load of PVC pipe that's leaning to the left, and you know how to get that load back shifted and secured to where he won't lose that load because you've been through it, why not pull over and say, hey, pull over, let me help you. You're about to lose your load. But because you trying to get from point A to point B in a certain time, you going to let him hang out there on his own? Or even if you see him in the parking lot at a Flying J, will you or won't you stop and pour into that trucker? Whether he young or old, because old truckers make mistakes too. Veterans don't know everything, because sometimes you get a veteran going from running tankers into running freight, or you get a veteran going from running freight to doing oversized, or you get a veteran coming from oversized to running N2O2. That's new knowledge. Somebody told me it takes 3 years to actually know how to run a lane that you've never ran before. I didn't really believe him until it happened, and I hit 3 years, and everything got not easy, but everything was, I know. Let me do this here. Let me do that there. Everything, my tags got easier. It got a little bit more uncomplicated. So I believed him. I believe him now when he says, when you go from one lane to the next, it takes 3 years for you to begin to get comfortable running that lane. So why not pour into a veteran trucker or a young trucker or a female or whoever that's just not getting into trucking and pour into them? The law of reciprocity is on your side. Success is on your side. That's all I'm saying. Don't miss God bursting one of those seeds you done planted because you missed planting another seed. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. I'm not gonna miss mine. I'm not gonna miss mine. I love trucking. Trucking is a passion for me. Trucking is nowhere near a trend for me. I do this. I do this. Am I the best? Nope. In my mind, I am. But am I the best? Nope. Because you got somebody that know a little bit more than me. You got somebody who know a little bit more about the paper side, a little bit more about safety. Excuse me. A little bit more about another lane. A little bit more about this or about that. So no, I don't know everything. But I can teach you a lot. I can teach you a lot. Guarantee that. So, man, don't miss, you know, don't miss pouring into somebody, bro. Don't miss pouring into somebody. And yeah, you gotta take a L and learn. Look at Leo. Say, man, go on click the link, bro. Go on click the link. Quit. Just we can talk. I can sit here and talk to you, Leo, all night. I can talk to Charles all night. I can talk to Ice Cold G all night. This is a trucking podcast. This is for truckers. I got topics to talk about, but I can talk to y'all all night because this is what I do it for. I got stuff to talk about, but I'd rather talk about what you want to talk about. Leo said we got to start focusing on our health. Yeah, yeah. I done a episode on that. We did an episode on mental health. My wife is tapped into all of that. But you're right, Leo. I'm finna be 50, right? I'll be 50 in November, right? So, I mean, I feel good. I mean, I ain't got no major health issues or nothing like that. Got a little cholesterol problem and all of that, but we finna get that we finna get that. Ice Cold G. Man, hit the link, man. Hit the link. Uh, we finna get that under control too, though. But yeah, you gotta take care of your health. I'm finna be 50. So guess what? Time for me to start going and getting those colonoscopies. I'm gonna have to go get one. Because that's a part of being healthy. Do I like it? No. I'm old, man, bro. I'm 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 um I'm old. I'm old school. I'm an old school man. I'm an old school man. I ain't one of them cats that every time I get a sniffle, every time my finger hurt, every time my ankle hurt, every time I get a little ache here and there, bro, I don't run to the doctor. I don't take off. All because I gotta provide for my family. Right? But at the end of the day, bro, you're not 25 no more. You're not 30 no more. You can't go to a buffet and knock down 3 full plates no more. And think you good. Now you finna have heartburn, heartburn. Because at 35, 40, 45, 50, your digestive system don't work the way it did when you was 20, 25. But I remember we used to leave 2 a days. We used to have 2 a days. One at 9 and then turn around and come back at 2. Right? We leave 2 a days. We leave the first one. Get out of practice about 11, 11:30. 12 o'clock, we sitting in Pizza Inn at the buffet. Knocking down everything at the buffet. And by the time 2 o'clock came back, it had been digested, eaten up by our bodies, and we was ready to go. Oh, yes, sir. Hey, here we go, y'all. Hey, here we go, Leo.
There you go. What's up, man?
What's up, baby?
You turn my mic down.
Here we go, y'all. Hey, here we go. Yeah, turn that back down in the background. What's up, baby?
I hear it. I got an echo.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to watch yourself while we you want to turn the YouTube off while we do this.
You want me to turn it off?
Yeah, you want to
Okay.
Yeah. See,
Is that better?
Good. Yeah. Now you're good. Right. You just gonna have to go back and watch the rebroad.
Okay, yeah. No problem.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh man, doing good, man. Just got back from riding a little bit.
Oh, okay. What kind of bike you got?
It's a 29-inch GT.
Oh man, hey bro. Hey, I got a 06 Boulevard.
Yeah.
And I love it, man.
I tell you what, with my bad knees, man, it was hard to walk and jog and move around when I got on the bike. I mean, I can do it.
Right.
You know. So
right.
It's making a difference.
Oh yeah, bro. It make a big difference, bro. We just invested in a Peloton.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, we just invested in a Peloton, man. And we serious about this.
Yeah.
Hey man, tell me a little bit about yourself, man. What you do?
Man, I own a trucking company. You know, trucking completely changed our lives. You know, everything. I guess I'll talk in the beginning. Getting out the entry when I got out. I knew I had to make a change.
Right.
I didn't want my kids. They were at that vital age where I could lose them. You know.
Right.
If they wasn't happy at home, I didn't want them to look somewhere else.
Right.
You know. And I knew, man, if I can make money hustle the streets, I can hustle anything.
Yep.
You know. But I will tell I got probably 1,000 no's before I got my first yes.
Oh yeah.
You know.
All day.
And I had to put a plan together. I remember, going door to door. I didn't really know much about computers. I was gone when the phones came in. I didn't really know anything about that. My thing was I'm gonna go knock on people who I want to talk to. You give me a few minutes to talk to you.
Right.
I think I can get you. You know.
Well, what's the name of your trucking company?
Texas Direct Trucking.
Texas
Direct. We started in 2013.
Where you located?
In Humble, Texas.
Humble, Texas.
Yeah.
Good deal, man. Good deal. Say, man, you said something. You said that you gonna get 1,000 no's before you get one yes.
Yeah.
Bruh.
I even doubted myself sometimes. I ain't gonna lie.
Bruh.
You know.
I know the feeling, bro. I know, man. I just got chills just from you saying that because, bro, coming out the penitentiary, bro. I said, man, what? How am I gonna present myself to get these bosses to give me a chance?
Exactly.
How am I gonna present myself? Right?
You give me chills.
Bro, and I sat there and I worked at I did pipe inspection from 6 in the morning to 6 in the evening, right? Checking pipe for cracks. So I said, God, I kept talking to God, asking him, hold on, wait a minute. I'm gonna pause that right quick. Hey!
How you doing today?
What's good, man?
Everything good, man.
Man, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good.
That's good, bro. Hey, everybody. This is Ice Cold G. Introduce yourself, man.
Hey, I'm
I'm
Ice
Ice
Cold
Cold
G.
Jesus.
My real name is
Gustav.
Gustav. I'm
African.
African.
Pretty much
Pretty
I'm
much I'm
very new
very
in the
new in the
industry.
industry.
I pretty
I
much
pretty
got
much got
introduced to
introduced
you
to you
through
through
your
your
wife.
wife.
I got
I
her
got her
dispatching
dispatching
course,
course,
Mm-hmm.
and
and
pretty
pretty
much
much
she
she
gave
gave
us
us
good
good
information,
information,
and
and just
I
I
just
just
felt part of
felt
the
part of the
family,
family,
and just
and just
learning,
learning,
just trying to
just
be
trying to
out
be
there
out
and
there
get some
and
more
get some more
knowledge into
knowledge in
this
this
industry.
industry.
Bro, you are part of the family. So, with you being new to trucking, with Leo, he been having a trucking company since 2013, and I've been driving since I can't '04. I've been driving since '03, '04. What questions do you have for me or Leo that we could possibly answer for you?
The first
The
question
first
I
question
have,
I
pretty
have,
much,
pretty much,
first,
first,
first I want to
first I
say
want to say
thank you
thank
guys
you
for
guys
doing
for
a
doing
great
a
job.
great job.
Um, what
What
I've
I've
experienced over
experienced over my
my couple of months
couple of
right
months
now,
right now,
pretty
pretty
much
much
that
that
we don't really
we don't really
appreciate the
appreciate the
drivers
drivers
for what they
for
do.
what they do.
Oh yeah,
Oh
you
yeah,
gotta build a
gotta
team.
build a team.
You gotta
You
build a
gotta
team.
build a team.
Yes,
Yes,
you know, and
and that's what I that's
pretty
why I'm
much
pretty much
putting into the
putting into the
industry. Like
like
come from the
come from the
perspective of
perspective of
how can
how
I
can I
appreciate the
appreciate the
driver
driver
and making
and
them
making them
aware of
aware
things
of
that
things
they're
that
not
they're
aware of.
not aware of.
Because a lot
Because
of
a lot of
times
times
the
the
information that
information
they're
that
not
they're
privy
not
to
privy
because
to
they're
because they're
busy on the
busy on
road
the road
driving.
driving,
They're
they're
busy
busy
trying to
trying to
make sure
make
that
sure that
they meet
they
with the
meet
hours
with
of
the hours of
service.
service.
They make sure
They
that
make sure that
on top of that,
on top of that, making that they
make
eat,
sure that
make
they
sure that
take care of the
they have
family
the
caught
family
there,
caught
and
there, and
we don't
we
see
don't see
all those things
all those
happening
things
around
happening
us.
down there.
Mm-hmm.
And as a
And as
man,
a
I
man,
know
I know
definitely
definitely
that's
that's
demanding
demanding
on you
mentally,
physically,
Mm-hmm.
physically,
and
and
emotionally.
emotionally.
Yep.
So
So
my
my
my real
my real
question is that
question is that I
young
say, young
brother,
brother,
how can
how
I
can I
reach out,
reach
or how
out,
can
or how
I
can I
be able
be
to
able to
help the
help the
drivers
drivers
understand or
understand
be
or
aware
be
of
aware of
certain
certain
information,
information,
that they
that
need
they
in
need
order
in
to
order to
keep
keep
pretty much
pretty
keep
much keep
producing
producing
at the
at
level
the
that they
level
need
that
to
it
be
needs to
in
be
order to
in order
succeed.
to succeed.
Go ahead, Leo. I'm gonna let you answer that, Leo.
Uh,
Man, when
Man, when
it comes to
it comes to
driving,
driving,
like
like
my
my
drivers
drivers
know
know
they could get
they could get
anything from
anything
me.
from me.
I
I
read
read
a
a
book
book
a long
a long
time
time
ago,
ago,
and
and
it was
it
a
was a
Michael
Michael
Jordan
Jordan
phrase in
phrase
there,
in there,
Patrick,
Patrick,
whatever.
whatever,
And he
and
said
he
the
said
only
the
way
only way
you're gonna
you're going to
build wealth,
build wealth,
generational wealth,
generational wealth,
is when
is
you
when you
learn
learn
to make
to make
money while
money
you
while you
sleep.
sleep.
And that
And that
always,
always stuck with me.
you
You
know,
know,
when I
when
first
I first
started.
started,
Well, I've
well,
been
I've been
having this
having
on my
this
own
from
since
all
2013,
2013,
but I
but I
worked
worked
about
about
6 years
6 years
for a hot
for a
shot
hot shot
company
company
prior to that.
prior to that.
Then
Then
I saw
I
a
saw a
position
position
to go into
to go into
dispatch.
dispatch.
We needed a
We needed a
dispatch,
dispatch,
and I took
and
a
I took
pay
a pay
cut
cut
to do
to
that
do
because
that
I
because I
knew
knew
eventually I
eventually I
wanted
wanted
to go on
to
my
go
own.
on my own.
And
And
so I
so I
started
started
seeing all
seeing
these
all these
drivers,
drivers,
and
and
from just
from just
I started
I
dealing
started
with them
dealing with
every
it
day,
every day,
and a
and
lot
a
of them
lot of them
are
are
they got their
they got
own
their
little
own
ways. They're
ways,
real
they're real
finicky. They're
finicky,
real
they're real
picky about
picky
certain
about certain
things.
things.
So what
So
I
what
learned
I
to
learned
do
to
with
do
them,
with them,
as
as
long
long
as
as
I
I
can
can
make
make
them
them feel
feel good,
good,
we hang
we
up the
hang up the
phone,
phone,
everything
everything
goes.
goes.
Even if it's
Even
a
if it's a
problem, and
problem, and I tell them, I
look,
say,
man,
look, man,
you're gonna
you're
have
gonna have
problems.
problems.
That's part
That's
of it.
part of it.
You're gonna
You're
have
gonna have
problems.
problems.
As long
As
as we're
long as we're
honest with
honest
each
with
other,
each other,
we can
we
work it
can
out.
work it out.
We can
We
fix
can
it.
fix it. But
If
if
lies
lies
goes,
goes,
then
then
you can't
you
fix
can't
it.
fix it.
You know.
You know.
and it's not. I'm not trying to be their friends, but I'm there for them. And they know that hey, if something happens, I'm gonna come through for them. I'll tell a lot of people before up. Whenever I was first trying to be okay, I'm gonna be your boss. That's it, man. My repair bills went through the roof. And you start buying engines, fix trailer axles, all that adds up.
Yeah.
So I had to learn how to, I can't always tell you, I can't always be a hard ass woman, raise my voice, whatever they're gonna do. So I just started being a little bit more calm with them. And then like I said the other day, after 5 o'clock, the job's over, the job's done. We don't even talk about it. I don't want to hear about it over. You got your money, you make money, and that's what it is. So and any time that we did spend together, like we go have a Tennessee cigar or something like that, go hang out, we talk about work together. And I was hey, we don't want to talk about it. That's done.
Right.
Tomorrow's the day. And I would never find problems from last week into this week, or vice versa. Tomorrow.
Okay.
And you gotta pay them good. You have to pay them good. The cheaper you pay your driver, the more they're gonna tear out your rig, man. From my experience. I've had guys that have told me, man, you need me. You need me, whatever. And I'm like, man, bro. I actually scrapped the truck whenever a driver told me that to show him how much I needed him. I don't need him. But I want him to work where he can provide for his family. I provide for mine. I mean, I tell you, trailer park trash. Trucking changed my life. My whole family sleep from the time we wake up to the time we go to bed.
Right. So oh man, dude, come on back. I think he dropped out. Come on back in, Gustav. But Leo, that was some good advice, bro. Because we're gonna welcome in Fabo. What's up, Fabo?
I see him. What's up?
All right, I'm gonna bring Ice Cold back in. All right. So, hey man, that was some good advice, bro. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. Like I tell y'all all the time, this podcast, I didn't create this podcast for bosses. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, y'all can't watch YouTube and you're going to come out of YouTube. Is that you, Fabo?
Turn the YouTube off.
Is that you, Fabo? Can you hear me?
I'm gonna have to get it in gym, bro. That's what I'm trying to get.
Fabo, can you hear us? Give me a thumb up.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's a voice. I think that's
Turn your YouTube off.
Yeah, you gotta turn your YouTube off. You can't watch YouTube and be on here. Yeah, you gotta turn it off. You good now? Yeah, you gonna have to go back and catch it. You gonna have to go back and watch it again. I know I was like that too. I want to hear myself on here. So, but yeah, Leo, that was some come on back in, Gustav. That was some good information, man, because I told my wife when she said we need to do this. I did this for the drivers, bro, so that we could have a voice and I can get in that truck with them and be that co-pilot, or they can watch this and they can look back on this and see, okay, this is how the boss feel. You did what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the boss can say, oh, okay, this is how the driver feel. You know what I mean? Because
especially being on both sides of it.
Right.
It's knowledge, and you're able to drop air that everybody can pick up.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, that when it comes down, I just got through speaking about this. It is extremely hard for a boss to say, "Man, I trust you in my equipment."
Yeah, yeah.
It's extremely well. I didn't never know how hard it was.
Everything's on the line.
Yeah, until
Everything.
I became a boss and I understood when I got out how hard it was for people to say, "I'm gonna give you a chance."
Yeah, yeah.
But you have to have what I like to call and what everybody calls a spirit of discernment where you're able to read people and know when you come across good people. When you come across good people, bro, you treat them right. And then you also have to know that when you get a good driver and he for you and he running good and he working good, just remember that driver wants to be a boss just like you.
Exactly.
So be prepared to say and give him an opportunity to be a boss. Because at the end of the day, uh, if you a good boss, I'm gonna lose the word boss. I'm saying boss, owner. If you're a good
Yeah, yeah.
owner, you're gonna rub off on him, and he's gonna wanna be in that position you're in. Not in
Yeah.
your position, but he's gonna want to create. He's gonna want to own his own truck, right? He's gonna want to own his own truck one day,
Yeah,
and
that's so true.
and
That's so true.
and a driver will go to tooth and nails for you. And I'm gonna tell
Yep,
you one key to do when you come across a driver right like that. Put in place if you have the opportunity to sell him the truck that he's driving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Create a lease to own program for him so that he can begin to he's still running under you because he's a good driver, right? He go get it. But guess
Part of the
what?
team.
Right. But guess what? Now he's an owner operator. He feels not like he's, less than you, but now he feels like, bro, I'm making moves now. I'm leveling up.
Mm-hmm.
Every driver wants to feel like he's leveling up.
Yeah, yeah,
Nobody wants to feel like they're on the same level when they begin with you. So
yeah,
at
yeah,
the end of the day, that's my advice. Always try to make a driver feel like, hey man, I'm leveling up.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
getting a little bit better. I'm
yeah,
going a
yeah.
little bit. It doesn't matter if you start him out at 25% of the load, right? Which is the going rate. You start him out at 25% of the load. Then you tell him, hey, I'm going to give you an increase 27%, 28%, whether that be 6 months, a year, whatever it is. And you tell him, I'm going to top you out at 30%. He gonna be like, okay, all right, I can see this. I can see that. A lot of owners, they don't give incentives. That's not even giving an incentive. That's just kind of telling him, hey man, I appreciate what you do for the company, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's just my advice, just a little tidbit of my advice to you, Mr. Gustav, on your business, on your drivers, on when you get good drivers, just understand what they are. I'm gonna turn my mic off and I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna let Mr. Fabo introduce himself.
Good, good. Yeah,
Yeah,
happened to be
happen to be
Gustav's
Gustav's
business partner.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah,
we had a course
of
with
course,
your
with your
wife
wife
actually,
actually,
not too long
not
ago.
too long ago. Yeah, yeah,
We got family in the house.
Yes, we
yes,
do.
we do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Hey
Yeah,
man, man,
we
good. Hey man, good to meet you guys, man.
it's great to meet
Great
Definitely
to
you.
meet
good to
you.
meet you
Good
guys.
to meet you too.
So what you got for me, Mr. Fabo? Go on tell us about yourself.
Uh,
Uh,
well,
well,
um,
um,
as
as
Gustav
Gustav
explained to you
explained to
guys,
you guys,
willing
willing
to
to
represent
represent
this,
this,
we
we
just
just
want
want
to
to
know
know
the
the
best
best
way
way
to
to
select
select young
drivers,
drivers.
reliable.
Reliable.
We start
We
off at
start off at
prepping.
prepping.
Are you?
Are you?
Let's
I'm
get
hearing.
that.
I'm hearing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I think I think
Fabian, are you doing it off your phone?
No, no, no.
Okay,
Okay,
because
because I
I
think
think I
I'm
was
hearing
getting
that
echo because it was off
it
my
was off my
phone.
phone.
Let me see.
Uh, yeah, this is the only. You still hear
You
the
still
echo?
hear the echo?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
I do.
I hear it.
I hear it.
I hear.
Hmm. Let me get back on.
You got your YouTube turned off?
No,
No,
I deleted
deleted
those.
all of
I
I
canceled those.
canceled those.
Let
Let
me
me
get out and get
get out
back.
and get back.
Yes.
Yes.
But
But
thank you very
thank you
much
very
for the
much for the
information.
information.
I
I
appreciate that.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, a
Man,
good
a good
driver
driver
will do
do
anything
anything.
for you.
Um,
I could
I
call
could
my
call my
guys.
guys.
Man,
Man,
I've had to
I've had
call
to
them and
call
say,
them and
look,
say,
man,
look, man,
I got an
I got an
emergency. I
emergency.
need
I
some
need
help.
some help.
Or I
Or
got
I
a
got a
truck
truck
broke down
broke
in
down in
Corpus.
Corpus.
The
The
driver's
driver's
sick.
sick.
I need
I
you to
need
go
you to
down
go down
there,
there,
down there,
down there,
finish the
finish
load,
the load,
whatever.
whatever.
And then
And then
you don't
you
do it.
don't do it.
Drop of a
Drop
hat.
of a hat.
But these
But
guys
these
have
guys
been
have been
most of them.
some of
Now
them.
we've
Now
gone
we've
through
gone through
that.
that one. We have, you know,
Coming up missing, trying to, call for
copper
wire,
wire,
getting
getting
sold, having
sold,
to file
having
the
to file the
insurance
insurance
claim.
claim.
They
They
sold it, or,
sold it, or
their
their
home
home
was
was
stolen
stolen
from
from
the
the
truck or
truck or
whatever.
whatever.
You got to
You got to
protect
protect
yourself.
yourself.
But
But
you know,
you know,
if you're
if you're
paying him
paying him
good
good
and
and
he's
he's
feeling good
feeling good
about it,
about it,
he will
he will
brag
brag
about you
out you
to
to
everybody else.
everybody else.
And I don't know
I
what
don't
it
know
is
what it
about
is about
truckers,
truckers,
but when
but
we
when
at the
we at
truck
the truck
stop,
stop,
that's our
that's on
Facebook,
Facebook.
our Twitter, at every truck stops to where we're like, hey, who do you work for? Man, I work for such and such. Man, they treat me so good. And then your phone will start blowing up with people. You know what? If he treats you good, if you're talking about that, that good about him, well, I want to go work over there. And it keeps going like that. You know? Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. I can't hear
I think you're on mute,
Mr. Roberts. Yeah.
Mr. Robert.
Yeah. I think Robert's on mute. But it's
Y'all got me
finding
good?
the good drivers, man. It's something about it, and because the hardest lesson we had to learn is we had a truck flip over,
Oh.
and that driver, it happened down in Angleton, and I thought it was over. You know, it was a bad accident. The driver lived, and the insurance ended up paying a lot of money. I thought they were going to drop us. I thought it was over, and I was scared. I was scared because I didn't know what I was going to do. Everything that we had was put into this company, and if it wouldn't have been for my relationship with my insurance agent that I've always kept, I'm not going to leave her if somebody could save me $100, because she has came through for me when I call her and say, hey, my driver tore up a fence, or he hit another car, or whatever. I don't get 1,000 phone calls. She handles it.
Right.
So I don't care if somebody wants to offer me, I can save you $100. I can save you $150. You can't save me nothing, because that lady has saved my company when
Right.
I needed her.
Hey,
Just like that bad accident.
man, listen. Gustav and Fabo, how how much did my wife and how much did she stress relationships?
A
You
lot.
got to do a relationship. You got
He
to.
just he just told y'all.
They're priceless. I'm telling you, they're
Yeah.
priceless.
And,
You know,
and I would say something. She also instilled us some knowledge about which we use it today, and that knowledge was pretty much being able to go and get a one-on-one conversation with drivers and talk to them, get to know their story.
yeah,
And
yeah. You got to. Got to. You want to know how they're doing. You want to know they're okay.
yeah,
You know,
Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. If somebody came to me and said, "Hey man, we got two brothers got their own company and they looking for a good driver." I've been driving well over 18 years going on. Been in the transportation industry going on 22 years. And the first thing first thing that I do, it says how many drivers they got, right? What's the name on side of their truck, right?
Yes, yes.
And the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to run into that one of their drivers, and I'm gonna ask their driver, "Hey man, how y'all like y'all company?"
Mm-hmm.
Because guess why? Drivers don't believe in salesmen.
Yep. Yep.
I said they, uh, man, I ain't gonna call the company name, but they tell you we can give you this, we'll give you that. Company called me for 2 years to try to come over there and start driving tankers for them.
True, true.
But because of their driver reviews on the road
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I would
And
run into and talk to them
yeah.
and ask them, I said, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
That's what I say, man. Out on the road and truck stops. That's our Twitter. That's our Facebook.
Yes,
That's our, that's our social place.
yes.
And for some, they'll tell you, hey man, these guys ain't worth the shit, or they're gonna tell you these guys are great. They're gonna be honest with you, you know, and it goes a long ways.
Yes. Yes. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. And I've come to understand that that's exactly what you guys are saying. It's definitely right because
So
in the past few weeks we've been visiting truck stops and talking to drivers, and it's the same thing.
Yeah, yeah,
We confirm everything.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
so,
yeah, and everybody does that, and it's just something about trucking. It's just part of it.
let me give y'all a pointer. Truckers are like prostitutes. They gonna go to the highest bidder.
Yeah,
I'm just being honest with you.
yeah, or the
They
best
gonna
pimp.
yep, yep. They gonna but for me, I also based my decision on what type of equipment you had.
Yeah,
Because I had to be comfortable doing what you wanted me to do. You see what I'm saying? To tackle the task, I had to be comfortable in your
yeah,
equipment in order for for me to say, yeah, I'm gonna come drive for you. Because I was in a situation where I wanted to get into tankers so bad, and this happened about 10 years ago. I wanted to get into tankers so bad and get my experience started in tankers so bad that I signed on with a company, and they had two sides. They had a flatbed side and they had a well side. A well side is when you go to the well site and you deliver chemicals to the well site. Well, I got hired on the flatbed side. So then they contracted me over to the well side to run a load to Colorado. I was cool with that, but when they gave me the equipment that I was supposed to run to Colorado, I knew right then and there. I didn't get I didn't get 80 miles outside of Houston. I think I got up there to right around Huntsville, and the AC went out. So I had to do 265. Y'all know what 265 is?
yeah,
No, no,
65 miles an hour with two windows down.
no,
yeah.
no.
I actually left the truck out of town one time because the AC quit working, and I did it for about 6 hours just to make the drop, and I was miserable. Man, I called my wife. I told her, I said, "Look, book me a plane ticket. I'm flying home, man, and somebody else can deal with this truck because I was that miserable." You know?
But I'm gonna tell you something about me. I was so adamant not to let that company think that they can break me that I took that truck, that load, all the way from Houston to Utah,
Wow, wow.
Salt Lake City, Utah. I got to Wyoming, right there on 80, right soon as you come out of Colorado, and the fan clutch went out. The truck was so old that they had to order the fan clutch for it, and it took 2 days to get there.
Mm.
Then the way for me, the way I wasn't going to take 70 West into Utah, not in that truck. So I had to go into I had to go into Wyoming and cut across 80, and then got about 200 miles down, and then dropped back down into Colorado on a county road, and took the county road all the way into Utah. Then when I get there, there was supposed to be another driver that was supposed to meet me there to offload the chemical. I had no experience at offloading chemicals, no training. Guess what my training was? The driver
What?
couldn't make it, so he texted me pictures of where the hoses were supposed to go, what the attachments were supposed to go to what attachment, and how to get the gravity feed to begin, to so that the chemical could be unloaded out of the tanker.
Mm.
But because I was determined to get in the tanking, and get my experience started with in tankers, I took on that challenge. Right, God willing, I was successful. Got
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tank unloaded. Everything was fine. Took the truck and the tanker back down to Denver, Colorado. Dropped it off, and they flew me back to Houston. But when I got back to Houston, I told them, I say, I'm good. Y'all can have this. Why? Because they hung me out to dry.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't put my license in jeopardy
Your
for
life,
your
life.
company and my life.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? For your company. I have to be comfortable in knowing that if I break down, you can get it fixed. Every stuff happens. Stuff
yeah, yeah.
happens.
Man,
But listen,
I've had to rain in the middle of 59 in the middle of the night just to get a load transported because of accident stuff like that, you know. And you gotta be willing to write that check to get that driver home. You know,
like
that
like you
load
said,
was on. Go ahead, go ahead.
like you said earlier, sometimes you got to take a L,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
don't take too many.
yeah, yeah.
Cause that bad business.
Yeah, I'm tired of taking L's, man. You know, that's the reason I switched careers, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Say, man, guess what, bro? Man, I'm a pose this topic to y'all, and I'm gonna let each one of y'all answer this, because we had a conversation with somebody this week where I don't see it, but they said that it is. From where you're sitting now, do you think that freight uh, freight rates are dropping? Because
No,
somebody
no,
told me that.
they're up right now.
Thank you.
They're
Explain
up.
why.
They're up,
Talk to me. Owner,
man.
talk to me.
Are you talking about just as far as the pandemic, you know, everything opening up, or just in general?
No, he told me. They told me, hey, man, and I'm not gonna say where cause I don't look at other people podcasts
Mhm.
and then come
He,
back and
he,
try to rebut what they do.
yeah, yeah.
But somebody called me and said, hey, man, such and such on his station said that trucking rates are plummeting. I say, huh?
Nah, he must have been watching a broker. You know,
Yeah.
the
Is that a tactic?
yeah, it is. It is. I'm gonna just tell you. You know, I don't deal with any brokers. I don't deal with any load boards. I don't need them. I never have. I built mine like kind of like a grassroots thing. You know, I believe if I had, just like we said earlier, you know, if you give me a few minutes to talk to you, I believe I can, you know, convince you to give me a shot, give me a chance. You know, now if you give me that chance and I screw it up, that's on me. But I'm gonna do everything I can to where it's just like in the streets. Trucking is so it just runs right with it, man. It's just like every bank got money. Every bank got the same. They got cash. They got the same checks, the same coins. Ain't nothing different except for that experience you get when you walk into that branch. So
Question, Leo, right?
yeah,
Hey, Leo, this is Fabian again. You mentioned that you don't use low boards, you don't use none of that. How do you have? So how do you gain access to like lanes or routes?
yeah.
What
Whenever whenever I whenever I first started, and that's why I said earlier I got 1,000 no's before I got my first yes. And you would not believe how many customers, I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of just referrals, man. People call, they're like, hey, you work for such and such, they referred us to you, you know. And I'm like, okay, well, so first I run their credit, and if it's not a 97, 98%, I'm not a loan company. If you got a 50% credit rate, I'm not. Well, then I become your loan officer because I'm doing the work for you to get the loan where you get paid, and I gotta wait. I don't do it that way. You gotta have. I want to know you're gonna pay. That way I can get paid and everything's covered. But I went door to door to every company, and I started with $240. Man, a lot of people don't believe me, but I was $240 to my name. That was all I had, and I knew I didn't have much gas money when I started. So me and my wife, I would look at Google Maps and I would look at all these companies on this side of town. I couldn't afford to go all around town in the same day. So whatever area I was in, I Google Maps and I want every oil field company, every business in that area that I can go hit and drop my cards to and just talk to them, and that's what I did, and and that's pretty much been our entire business, that and referrals, word of mouth, to where I don't, all it takes is one good customer to change your life. I'm telling you, that's all it takes. And how we got ours is, we were struggling. I was 7 months behind on my house. I had to write Chase a letter, man. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It got to where I was so stressed out in the beginning to where I couldn't even sleep at night, worrying about bills. I was so far behind on my mortgage. I had to write Chase a letter explaining my situation. I had to humble myself, and man, it's bringing tears to my eyes right now. But it was, I couldn't lie to my family and I couldn't lie to my kids. I had to try to make it work. So I had to be humble and, honest with everybody. We got a call on a Saturday. As a matter of fact, we got a call on a Saturday. They said, "Hey, we're moving some stuff around our yard. Are you guys willing to come in today and give us a hand?" I said, "Yes, yes, sir. What do you need?" I didn't want to work on a Saturday, but shit, I called everybody I could, and we was there. Now that customer is an $8,000 to $11,000 customer every week, and has always paid his bill on time. You know, always. You know, and I've never met these people. They're up in Missouri. We talk on the phone and email every day. You know, and it's just, if you put in the work and if you're just honest with everybody, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It really is. And then once you do good for one person, they're gonna refer you to this person because just like we're sitting and talking, they sit and talk too.
Right.
They do. But I know rates are up. Low. I like to stay local. What we used to get, say, $250 for a local load, now it's paying $325. And then that's good money. That's a free $75.
Man, talk about it, bro. Talk about it.
Yeah. So if I can, if I have one guy in a 40-foot that can go knock out 5 loads a day, how much money he done made in one day? Now when you got 9 trucks doing that, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The only reason I'm starting to get back, I want to, that's we talked about health and stuff earlier. I've been sitting at home, just relaxing, and I haven't worked in probably 7-8 months. And I do my working with the phone and in my head, but it's money. The money's in local stuff, and everybody thinks you want to go out of state to make the big money. To me, I always saw it like, okay, well, if y'all out of state, that means y'all out of my way. Let me find out what y'all missing and what y'all skipping on. So if I can get all of them in the same day, I'm good. You know. So, but you just gotta, you gotta be honest with everybody and just build relationships. Build relationships. Because I've even had drivers try to, jump the fence and go behind my back to where they can get loads from the company because it will happen. That's why now I make all of them sign I don't know what it's called,
Non-compete.
non-compete,
Yeah,
non-compete.
non-compete.
My wife handles all the paper. I really don't even use email too much, to be honest with you. She handles all that. But a non-compete form or disclosure or whatever for 2 years, to where and it costs $400 to sue them. If they do try to do that to you, then you pay the $400, take them to court, tie them up in court, because then the company that they're trying to go to has to also come to court to represent you. They're subpoenaed too. They don't want to deal with that. So that cuts, you just cut them off right then, and it saves you a lot of headaches in the end. But it's little stuff like that that you can do.
Say Leo, say man, I want to thank you guys, bro, for uh, jumping on and allowing the two brothers to pick your brain on ownership, give them some tips, and this is what it's all about for me.
Yeah, networking.
Yeah, that's
You
what it's
got to
all about for
network.
me. Is pouring into. They got the knowledge. They know where they want to go. They know what lane they want to do. They got a blueprint. But sometimes it just takes somebody who's already been in it and doing it just to give them a little bit more advice. And we talked about it earlier. Us, me and Theo, coming from where we came from, is going to be the same thing you guys are going to deal with. Is in finding the right driver.
Yeah,
You might get you might get 20 candidates, but only one or two might say yes.
Right, right.
And you might run into those first 18 before you get to the 19 and the 20. So you just got to keep at it, keep pushing, build your relationships, and the only thing I say to guys and ladies when they jumping into trucking is a driver has a leg up on you
Yeah, yeah.
because he's built relationships with shippers. He's built relationships with other drivers, with other things that you guys have to do the leg work to go do. You get what I'm saying? So, but don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. Like he say, when that door open, it's gonna come in like a flood, bro. It's gonna bust wide open.
yeah.
You just gotta keep at it. Keep
You
at
know,
it.
and,
Keep at
and
it.
and can I just add something real quick about a driver? A good driver, more than likely, you're gonna have to take that driver away from somebody else, because good drivers, they're already working. Nobody, they want to keep them. You know, so a lot of times you're gonna get family members. Hey man, I can drive that truck. I can drive it. But at the end of the day, if they have an accident, the next day they can go work for somebody else, and you're stuck on the line. And that's what people don't realize. That's a lesson that we learned whenever that truck flipped over. I was scared to death, man. I thought it was over. You know, and I believe if I wouldn't have had the relationship that I had with our agent, then maybe it would have been over. But a good driver, you're probably gonna have to pick him from somebody else, because I guarantee you he's working. Good drivers, man, people want them. They'll pay them more, because at the end of the day, you're able to be at home knowing he's doing what he's supposed to do to bring that check to you whenever the job's done.
Right. So this is what I want to say to you guys. Uh, being young in the business, and when I say young, I heard a comedian say, you're only old as how long you've been in the game. So if you've been in the game for a year, you're one. If you've been in the game for 7 years, you're 7 years old. So you guys are young when it comes to being in the game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So All I want to do is say is this here with the topic we just spoke about. Somebody said that freight rates were plummeting. Do not listen to naysayers. Keep doing you. Keep doing your business, and keep running your business the way you know how to run it. Don't listen to what nobody say.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't listen to what people, cause people gonna say stuff to get you discouraged and get you out the way.
Or they just want to take it.
Yeah, or they just want you to take
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So
If you ever notice when you get your numbers, your phone starts blowing off the wall. You notice that? Because they know you new. You don't know the rates. You don't know about the downtime. You don't know about the chart money. You know, the dunnage, you know, the lumpage, you know, they pay for all that, you know. So when they tell you, no, you don't get paid the card, you get paid the card. I get paid the card, you know, or I'm not going to take the load, period.
and I'm gonna tell you something. Talking is the worst thing
I
anybody
hate
can
it.
do.
I hate it.
Man, I used to talk. Listen, I used to run up to California, up to I used to run up to Button Willow, right, and up there in California. Then I used to run up to Northern California, pick up a load of onions. If you ever tried to top a load of onions, and you know onions are round, right? So
Mm-hmm.
guess what happened? They not stable. So you up there on top of the onions, trying to
Just
pull
rolling
it up,
around.
and you just rolling.
Yeah.
You just rolling. You try not to roll your ankle. You trying to find a space to put your foot, bro. That tarping is hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Drivers hate to do it, but guess what? You got to do it
Yeah.
because sometimes that's the only load that's gonna get you back home.
But if you tell them, say, look, man, I give you $100 if you tarp it, they're gonna say, okay, cool,
Yeah.
got you.
If you make it worth their time, bro.
Yeah.
I tarped it in Epping, North Dakota. I had to tarp drilling mud, and it was 10 below. Everything froze. My tarp froze. My straps froze, bro. But I did it. Why? Because they paid me $75 to tarp.
Exactly.
Right? So
Exactly.
I mean, I'm just giving you guys some
The rate,
visions
the
of
rates, the rates are not down; they're up right now.
right.
And I guarantee you, if you're on low boards, if you look at the rate, if you look at the runs, you can actually go and find that same load, same pickup on another low board. You know, at first, it's the same thing. Like if you guys are new and if you guys came to me, I know you don't know nothing. So why am I going to break bread with you when I can keep more from me? And that's the game that people do. You know, and I had to learn that in the beginning. You know, I would run from Houston to Laredo for $600 because I'm like, man, I can make $400 a night, which still was good for me just starting out until I found out the load was paying 16, 1700, and the broker was keeping all of that.
Go.
Yeah,
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
yeah.
Say,
You
man,
know, it's a dirty game. It's just like street life. You know,
yeah.
it's crazy.
I'm gonna let you guys give us Gustav and Fabo. If you guys got any last words, I don't want to keep y'all on too long. Y'all got any last words y'all want to say?
I'm gonna say thank you guys for the game. Thank you guys for giving us. You guys didn't have to do that for us, but you did that. We appreciate that. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Same here.
Oh man,
I
hey,
appreciate, I appreciate it.
hey, bro, this is what it's all about. That's why I told y'all. I said, man, go on. I'm gonna drop the link. Y'all come on in, bro, cause we can talk. Uh, I have interviews, but I love doing this. I love doing this with the truckers. I love doing this here with owners, and I love talking. Go ahead, Leo. You got something you want to say?
This is actually my first podcast that I've chimed in on or whatever. You know, it's pretty cool, man.
Hey,
You know, it's
Same here. Same here.
you know, the way I see it, you got to network. When I started, the mentality of all the drivers, man, I'm not going to teach him nothing because he's going to take from my pocket. there's millions go around, millions. And let's say I'm having a bad week by networking. If I got 4 trucks down, well, guess what? My homeboy, he got 6 trucks. So that means I got 6 more trucks.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
you got to network. But when I first started, nobody was doing that. But it's like I realized, why am I gonna miss money when I can give it to somebody else and do nothing and still make a little $60 or $80? You
Right.
know,
Right.
and then you start doing that 5, 6 times a week, 10 times a week. It adds up. There's nothing wrong with helping somebody. Because one day you're gonna need their help. Trust me, you're gonna need their help. Trust me, I guarantee you.
Say, man, this has been real wonderful, bro. Hey, man, hey, every time y'all see that link, bro,
Yep,
click it.
I enjoy
We
it.
can talk,
Definitely.
even if you just on camera while I talk about the topic, and
Yep.
you chime in. Hey, man, click it in. We can talk about it. We can run the table on it, and all of that, bro. I appreciate you guys for checking in, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate you
This is
guys
what,
for having us.
man. This is what it's all about, bro. And I'm gonna sign out with you guys for right now. Hope to see you guys next week. And hey, man, y'all stay safe out, man.
All right.
Hey, man,
All right.
much blessing to you, brothers, man,
All right.
and
Thank
to
you.
you,
Thank you.
Leo, also, man.
Yes,
Y'all
sir.
stay up, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace, man.
Yeah,
All right.
peace.
Peace.
Be all right.
Yeah, man, that was good, bro. I love it. I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
I really enjoyed it. I really did. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I love it, man. And I'll see you guys next week, Leo. Hopefully.
Okay.
All right, baby.
All right. Stay safe.
All right. Yeah, man. Hey, that's man. Look here. That's what it's all about for me. That is what it is all about for me. Is talking to the people, talking to the owners, talking to the drivers, talking to new new blood in the game. You know what I mean? And I don't care. The talking. We talked about the topic. I had other stuff to talk about, but guess what? I like talking to drivers. I like talking to owners. I like getting feedback. This what I built this for. And so at the end of the day, man, I thank you guys, Gustav, Fabo, and Mr. Leo. Thank you for the knowledge you gave him, you poured into them brothers. And thank you for some knowledge you gave to me. I knew some stuff you said that I didn't know. And I thank you, brothers, for tuning in, man. Hope to see you guys next week. Man, love you. This has been another episode of Freight Trapping Podcast. I've been your host, Mr. James Roberts, and my queen, the queen of dispatch, Mr. Warner Roberts. And we'll see you later. Peace.